Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it is the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League between Inter Milan and Barcelona. The first leg ended a 3-all at Camp Nou, and now it's the return leg. Barcelona are coming to Italy. They are coming for that second leg, and it is going to be one of the best nights in European football, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, the expectations for both the teams are really high. Both the teams were on course of winning a treble. Barcelona are still on course of winning a treble, so the expectations are on their camp are really high. Inter, on the other hand, I mean, they are struggling a bit. So let's start. We'll start with Inter, right? Because they are the home side. This is why football is such a funny game. Why it is such a it is such a ruthless game. It does not forgive anybody. It does not care about anybody. A couple of weeks ago, a fortnight ago, Inter Milan were on course for a treble. Then they go ahead and they lose a game in Syria. They lose to Milan in the Coppa Italia. They eliminated. Then they lose to Genoa, if I'm not wrong, last weekend. They drew with Barcelona over the weekend. They barely won against Verona. They are now second in the Serie A, trying to 3 points behind Napoli with just 3 games to go. And they are out of the Coppa Italia, and they are now on the semi-final with Barcelona, and where they could be eliminated tonight. So from winning a treble, they could end the season being trophyless. That's how cruel a football is. But coming into this game, as I said, Inter Milan's form is not that good. Their confidence is at an all-time low. Their performance-wise, they are not really up for it. Even on the weekend, I mean, they were really poor against Verona. It was such a bad game of football. It felt like, but the thing is, it felt like they scored that goal, they got that penalty, and they were lucky. I said in my review as well, they were lucky that they were awarded a penalty. Not that the penalty was wrong, that they got the penalty, because I did not think that Inter were going to score apart from that. That's how poor they were. But it felt like most of the players' concentration, and even in my opinion, manager's concentration was on the tie for tonight. Their thinking and their concentration and everything was on the Champions League semi-final. It felt like that, and I think if that's the case, then they should perform really well tonight. They were amazing last week in the first leg against Barcelona away as well. They took the game to Barcelona. They surprised Barcelona. I don't think Barcelona expected Inter to play like that, but I think they are going to do the same. They are the home team. They are the home territory. They're going to be even more confident about playing against this Barcelona side. They are going to make sure that they frustrate the hell out of Barcelona. They're going to let Barcelona have the ball. They're going to say, you have the ball, and try to score passes, try to get past us, and we're going to hit you on the counter attack. And whenever Inter hit you on the counter attack, most probably you are gonna concede. So that is going to be a very important and crucial part of the game. I think this game is going to be much more physical than the first game was. It was still quite physical, the first game, but I think this is going to be a top notch more. And if I'm not wrong, I think this is going to be quite a long and lengthy game as well. There are going to be delays. I think there are going to be dark arts from both the managers. Barcelona are going to do their tricks as well. Coming to Barcelona, I mean, they are coming in with high confidence. They are top of the league. They won over the weekend. They had to come back. They had to work really hard as well. I mean, they were 1-0 down against Valladolid, and again they needed inspiration from their important players, and then they were able to get the win. They get it over the line. So that is going to give them the confidence as well. As I said, the confidence level of Barca between the two teams, Barca's confidence level is really high in comparison to Inter. But the thing that is going to be looming on Barca's head after this, during this game, is the game on the weekend. It is El Clasico. That is the biggest game of the season for Barcelona. Of course, they are professionals and they are trying to concentrate on this game, but you cannot, say that their minds are not going to be on this game, on that game as well. They are the away side. They have to. I think Barcelona have to be really patient in this game. If I'm being very honest, I think Inter are going to make sure that they defend as deep as possible. They're going to let Barcelona have the ball. It is basically going to be like, just try to break us down. In my opinion, I said it last weekend as well, that it is going to be Inter's defense versus Barcelona's attack, and I think this weekend is going to be the same. If Barcelona are able to go ahead and get that early goal, they are able to penetrate Inter's defense and get that goal early on. I think that opens up the game quite quickly. Then Inter have to come out. Then they have to try to play attacking football instead of just defending and trying to hit Barcelona on the counter attack. So I think the first 15 to 20 minutes are going to be really important. Last week Inter got an early goal, and that's set up the tone of the game. And I think this weekend is going to be the same. If Barca go ahead and get that early goal, I think we are in for an exciting end. If Inter get that early goal, I mean that changes the complexion of the game entirely. So the first goal is going to be crucial, and how early we get that first goal, I think that is going to be crucial as well. Both the teams, there are not many changes, like from the injured players returning, and even though Lewandowski, I think he's not gonna start. Barcelona have him back, but I think Hansi Flick has said that he's gonna be on the bench. For Inter, Pavard almost returned, but he got injured again in the training, so he's not gonna come back to the squad as well. So it is almost basically the similar sides that started last week's game who are gonna start today as well. It's just who's gonna rise up to the occasion tonight. There's not that much of a difference. It's just that playing style of both these teams is quite different, and I think that is going to be quite interesting. And people keep on saying, the dark arts of Inzaghi, the dark arts of Inter. For me, like Hansi Flick has, in my opinion, under Hansi Flick, sorry, Barcelona are not like one-dimensional. It is not just that tiki-taka style of football. They try to play now different style. They have adapted quite well under Hansi Flick, and you can see during the game he tries to tweak his formation, tries to change the way that they are playing according to the situation, and Barcelona have adapted very well. So it is going to be quite interesting. If they are able to score the first goal, they might be the ones it's Barcelona, of course they are going to play their football, but he can change the formation a little bit and try to put pressure on Inter to force them to come out, because if they concede first, Inter Milan, they have to do it, and that can help Barcelona's own counter-attack early on. In the El Clasico against Real Madrid, that's what they did. You watch that game, all the long balls that were coming, and all the goals that I think that the 2 goals in that El Clasico that Barcelona scored were all through the long balls, and all the runs of Rafinha and Yamal. And I think that could be applied tonight as well if Barcelona are able to score that first goal. That is why I say that first goal is going to be really crucial for both of the teams. If I say so, like I really don't think we are gonna get a winner in normal time or injury time. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Sorry, not 1-1 draw. I think we are going to go for a 2-2 draw in normal time, making 5-5 on aggregate, nothing in injury time, and then we go in penalties. And unfortunately for Barcelona, I think they are going to lose on the penalties. I think Soma is going to be the hero for Inter Milan. I think he's going to save a couple of penalties, and Inter Milan are going to go through on the penalties. 5-3 for Inter Milan. So yeah, that is my prediction for tonight. 2-2 in normal time and extra time, 5-all on aggregate. We go to penalties, and Inter Milan win on 5-3. That's it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of the game. What is your what are your predictions for the game? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.